Hello, gossiper. Sharona here. So, we're going to talk Sherri Shepherd, but before we do, let's take a look at what the biblical rapture is. So, it says it's the prophetic belief, primarily in some evangelical Christian traditions, that believers will be caught up to meet Jesus Christ in the air with both the dead in Christ's raising and the living being transformed. And we're speaking on this because Sherri Shepherd, she's back from her summer break. She started the show, fourth season started Monday. And she was telling a story of when she spent 8 days in jail. And it has to do with the biblical rapture. So we're going to read this short article from Black Millionaires. And it says the talk show host, Sherri Shepherd, reveals she once spent 8 days in jail after believing a false prophecy about the biblical rapture. Speaking on her show, Sherri, the 58-year-old, explained why she ignored recent doomsday rumors tied to September 23rd. Now, I did not know that doomsday was coming in, on September 23rd. And basically, it's like the earth or God will be coming for the earth and, everything is done. But they use the word biblical rapture, which means God will come for you and, the dead and take you into the clouds or into heaven, something to that effect. And Sherri said she had previously belonged to a religious group that convinced her the world was ended. Convinced she would need worldly possession, she stopped paying her bills, paying taxes, and traffic tickets, eventually racking up to $10,000 in violations. When the rapture failed to occur, she was arrested en route to a comedy gig and jailed for over a week. Reflecting humorously, Sherri said the experience made her a hardened criminal. Her story comes as viral TikTok videos spread fresh speculation about the rapture, with some users selling belongings or sharing signs ahead of the predicted date. Shepherd's candid account highlights both the personal fallout of past end times prophecy and the ongoing influence of viral doomsday predictions online. So, yes, some people they take this seriously. And when I say seriously, you heard Sherri not paying her taxes to Uncle Sam. And people are even willing to go as far as off themselves and others, like a cult, to say that we're going to do this because the world is ending or God is coming. And, they're saying both living and dead. So if God is coming, you don't need to do anything to yourself because he's taken everyone. But it's like when we had COVID, or if anything is happening and they're telling you to fill up on water, canned foods, things like that. No one knows. No one knows when this rapture will be coming or when the earth will end, God comes. It's like death. No one knows when they're going to die, right? So to have people prophesied and said, in 2 years on this day, this is when the earth is going to come to an end, or when God is coming to take his people into the clouds in heaven. And it's like, I don't want to use the word brainwash, but some religion, some cult, they know how to get into people's head for them to believe that this is something that is going to happen. And what comes out of this? People selling homes, cars, not paying bills because where they're going they won't need it anymore, not realizing that nobody knows. Nobody knows. If that was the case, people would be everyone who can see in the future and tell what's what. How comes we haven't heard of a lot more people winning money, like with the lottery? Have you noticed if you go to any psychic or even on TV and you say to them, tell us the lotto number, and they're like, it doesn't work that way. We can't. And it's like, wow, You can see when somebody's death is coming to tell them that you're going to die here, or you're going to meet this person and marry, or you're going to start a business and it's going to do so good, but you can't give the lotto numbers. I guess that would have what been too easy. But yeah, so Sherri, 8 days in jail. I can only imagine. I've never been to jail and I do not want to go to jail. But yeah, 8 days for not paying anything because you thought the biblical rapture was coming. You believed people who said the biblical rapture was coming, and in return, you're like, well, F it. I'm not gonna pay anything, do anything. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for God to come and open his arms, and I'll fly up to him. But yes, the things that people will do when it comes to religion and cult, and who they're following and who their believers are, and everything like that. So gossipers, what are your thoughts on this? Does anyone believe in the biblical rapture? Do you believe in doomsday? Do you believe you should have what, like a bunker, and stock it with non-perishable foods? And do you really believe in things like that? So let me know. And as always, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening.